Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. And I've just been focusing on some things that I've been hearing and I've been saying myself for quite some time. And I think it's kind of confusing. When we speak of racism, when we speak of hatred and bigotry, and we've singled out these things, and it seems to compile such a broad mass that it can get people all sidetracked. And I think what we should really do is recognize these as just symptoms, that they are all part of a bigger problem, and that problem is evil. Evil. Because of evil, you see hatred. Because of evil, you see racism. Because of evil, you see bigotry. Because of evil, you see poverty. Because of evil, you see all of the vices that we find despicable because of the pain and the suffering that it causes. And so the only other way you can be, if you're not evil, is to be righteous. And righteous would be the opposite of evil. There's no if and ands about it. The opposite, righteousness, would be the opposite of evil. So what would opposite righteousness be doing? Well, first of all, it would honor God by honoring the power you can't see, you can't touch, you can't feel, and you can't conjure up emotions. An invisible God. And because of that, there would be no human being anywhere above you. And you would have no individual, no human being anywhere below you. So all human beings would be one with their God, listening to their God by virtue of the Spirit and truth. And what God has done is obvious. He's made this big, wonderful earth and put us here on it with so many common requirements necessary for survival amongst us. And the resources available in the earth, on the earth, above the earth, to give us whatever we need, and the resources that are necessary from us. Each of us have a gift, something that we can contribute. Being here on this earth, we're not just here to consume, but to participate in the creative process, to abstract from what has been given by that Spirit, utilizing ours, one with that, to create an abundance that none would suffer or be without. Now that's the duty of righteousness. And we can spend some time studying the histories that we desire. But the most convenient and obvious thing to do is to engage ourselves in daily life, pursuing this. God, we can't see, is number one, and above that, none others. And the only people that got any right to guide anybody per se are parents. Are parents. Wait a minute. Is that somebody knocking? Hey, is that somebody knocking? I mean, is that you or somebody on the outside? Oh, I love you too. Had to stop there for a moment. I've been thinking about some crazy stuff happening around here. You know, this is Minnesota. And so what I'm basically trying to establish here, ladies and gentlemen, is this, is that we should stop focusing stuff like racism, because people are going to disagree or agree. Doesn't matter. But evil destroys. Evil takes away. And evil is easily identifiable. So is righteousness. Now, what we have been observing in our daily life, based upon what I just shared with you, we have failed at daily. So what that basically means, the message that I deliver to all of us today who are hearing this, and I hope you share with everybody else, is that we have been giving all of our energy to evil. We don't even know what righteous is. We didn't know righteousness was totally being committed to righteousness. We thought that being righteous just not really causing any other problems, but if the system was designed on unrighteousness and it is required that we stay out of trouble by going along with the system, then that's what we do. See, that's because we had no idea that righteousness meant that is your challenge. That is your challenge. When you see evil right there, it is your duty to reflect righteousness in such a degree that evil disappears. now that's something else, isn't it? Show so much love, show so much righteousness, so much compassion and empathy for the whole of humanity. So can't nobody trick you. And evil just dissipates, can't stand against nothing like that. And if it does, then you still have to stand, because then it perhaps would require a miracle. And if it didn't, it doesn't matter, because to righteousness, wherever it leads you, is where you're supposed to be. So I'm saying, all of us, all the Republicans, all the Democrats, all of the Trump crews, all of us, we are all instruments of evil. All of the churches, all of the pastors, the poor ones and the rich ones, all of us are instruments of evil. Now, truly, there are some that's running real fast. I mean, marathons over some. Some of us just dragging our feet, dragging our feet, dragging our feet. But dragging, if you may, but it's still on the path of evil. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this so you can realize that you don't have to follow evil. You don't have to follow a system. You don't have to follow a government that is championed under the authority of evil. No, you don't, because there is a higher power. That's the almighty power, the one that you are directly connected to, the one that requires for peace and prosperity and freedom and joy of your life and the fulfillment of your dreams, for your needs, your wants, and your desires to be met, for you to never be hungry, homeless, lack of education, without health care, without a career. In order for that to happen, you got to be on the side of righteousness, and evilness got to go. So, you got my message. Thank you so very much. Until next time, Eddie saying goodbye.